Students of class 12th English Literature, today our topic is paragraph number 6 of the chapter The Secret of Health, Success and Power, that is written by James Allen. Students, in this English version lecture we will study the second part of this chapter, that is known as Secret of Success. Paragraph 6 is the first part of this Secret of Success. Let's begin with this. As I have already instructed so many times that we should entitle the paragraph that we are studying, so I did the same and I wrote the title Importance of Faith of this paragraph number 6. This is lecture 3. Let's begin. How can we get success? The writer says true health and true success go together. According to the writer, true health and true success are on the same path. It means if you are on the path of health, definitely you are going to achieve success. They are inseparably intertwined, means both the things are interconnected in our thought realm. Thought realm means the system of our thinking, means the area of our thinking. I mean to say, if we think that we will get success, and we will be able to think this when we are healthy, and when we are healthy we can do something better, and then really will get success. By the power of faith, every enduring work means the work that you are trying to do to get success. By the power of faith, every enduring work is accomplished means finished, means you can accomplish the work whatever you are doing. If you have the power of faith, you will complete it successfully. Faith in the supreme. Now the thing is, where should we have faith? Faith in the supreme. We should have faith in God. Faith in the overruling law means faith. We should have faith in the rules of law, in the rules of nature. Faith in your work. You should have faith whatever you are doing in your work and in your power to accomplish that work. It means you should have faith in the power that you are applying to achieve your success. Students, it is very important part. Sometimes we are suspicious of our activities, whether we will get success or not. This weakens us, because in the first sentence the writer has already taught us that it is intervened in our thought realm, means if our thinking is negative we can't get success. And it is intervened means it is directly proportional. You can say if we think that we can get success, then you will get, and if you don't think, you will not get your success. That's why we should have faith in the power whichever we are using in accomplishing our work. Here is the rock. Here is the rock upon which you must build. The writer is giving you putting the reality before the reader, that getting success is just like moving on the rock. And the condition is, if you would achieve, means if you have firm faith, if you have the power to fulfill it, and if you can stand there, you would achieve. If you would stand and not fall, means you always see that rocks are very steep, and it is very difficult to stand on the rocks. That's why the writer put here a condition, if you would stand and not fall. It means if you are ready to face all the situations, and you control yourself to follow under all circumstances, means there will be so many problems, hindrances and obstacles. You will have to face them, and you will not let yourself get down. The highest promptings within you, means you must have high desire to go up and to get success. Promptings means desires, irresistible desires. To be always true to the divine self. Divine self means according to Vivekanand, we have some divine power in form of our conscience, and then your acts, your activities should be true to your conscience. To rely upon the inward light. Inward light means the ways that your heart shows you. It means the guidelines given by your conscience. It means you must follow your conscience, the inward voice, and you must listen to the voice of your conscience and heart, and to pursue your purpose with fearless and restful heart. The author says, while doing all this, you should be restful, you should be peaceful, and you continue to chase your goal, believing that the future will yield unto you. Yield means produce, yield means give, and you must believe that future will give everything, whatever you are trying. You, the need of every thought and effort means whatever you are thinking and whatever you are putting in your effort will be given in form of good result by the future, if you continue, if you pursue your purpose and goals with fearless mind and restful heart. Students, according to the writer, knowing that the laws of universe can never fail, as the author has already told us that we should have faith in the supreme and we should faith in the overruling law. I mean faith in the doings of God. If we have faith in God, definitely knowing that the laws of universe can never fail means the laws of the universe, the laws of God can never fail, and the laws of God are if you do something positive, you will get definitely positive. Now the writer says, and that your own will come back to you with mathematical exactitude. According to the writer, you will get everything according to your task and according to your work, mathematically, and you can fulfill your desire in the same ratio as you give your strength in doing this work. This is faith. The writer defines here the faith. This is the faith and the believing of faith. Finally, the writer says, this is because of your strong faith that you will get everything in the same quantity of your efforts. Students, this was all of this passage. I hope you have understood this passage very well, and please, to study and know the rest of the passages of this chapter, you continue watching Oracy classes of English language, and please subscribe this channel to get yourself updated with this chapter. Thanks.